Hello students, welcome once again. In this video we will going to discuss rest part of the chapter named the Constitution and the need for laws. In first part of this chapter we have already discussed about the meaning of the Constitution, what does it contains, some of the social levels like dowry system and the female fertility. And in this video we will discuss the rest part of the chapter and we will also discuss the question answer. So let's start with next topic, that is laws and descent. Laws and descent. Do you know the meaning of descent? It means disagreement. It means disagreement. You know that laws are formulated in any type of democratic country or in India. Laws are formulated for the welfare of the people, for the development in the personality of the people, according to the people's need. But if the situation arises that if any section of the society or any individual are not satisfied or disagree with any particular type of law, then what will happen? What will they do then? Should they continue to obey that law, or should they express their disagreement? So when we look into our past, we will find that in most cases when the people are not agree with any particular type of law, then people had start protesting against it. They had protest against that law, and this protest, if this protest is on the large scale, then this protest forced the government either to withdraw that law or made any small changes in it. And you know that, do you know there is a word in our SST for this small changes in law? There is a word. Small changes in law. What we call it? We call it amendments. Small changes in law. There is a word, one word, that is amendment. Amendment, which means to make a small change in the law or to add something new to it. So in this regard, we can take an example of Salt Satyagraha of 1930, in which Britishers imposed salt tax on Indian people, and only the Britishers has power, authorized power to manufacture or to sell the salt. Means Britishers has only monopoly over it for manufacturing or selling the salt. Monopoly means no other than Britishers were allowed to make or to manufacture or sell the salt. So to protest against this salt tax, Gandhiji on 12th March 1930 with some of his followers, they left Sabarmati ashram and marched to Dandi and reached Dandi on 6th April 1930, and they then protest against this salt law by making the salt. Now the another example is anti-liquor movement. Anti-liquor movement. Anti-liquor movement. Soon after the independence, the women of Andhra Pradesh has organized large-scale protest against the increasing number of liquor shops, because this was badly affecting the poor's family. And because of the increasing number of the liquor shop, the liquor were easily available to the people. And people of the poor family wasting their large amount of money on it. Then the women were decided to protest against the sale of the liquor. But it was not an easy task because a large amount of the money, large amount of the portion of the government income were coming from the sale of the liquor. But after much protest, the ban was imposed on the opening of the liquor shop. But the government also granted permission to open the liquor shop under the strict terms and condition. Now next is rule of law. Rule of law. It means that every citizen of the country, every citizen of India are bound to follow rules and regulation which are mentioned in our constitution. No one is above the law, even the president or the prime minister. You have read that our constitution provides framework for administering the country. A law which is against the fundamental rights of the people can be declared null or void by the Supreme Court. Thus, the rule of law will always prevail. The rule of law implies that no one is above the law, and this not only regulates the power of the government but also stress everyone is equal before the law. We all are equal here. Means people of Indian citizen are equal, whether they are from any caste, any religion, any subcaste, all are equal, and everybody are bound to follow the laws of the country. Thus we can say that democracy and the rule of law complement each other. Means they are, rule of law and democracy are complement to each other. Now your chapter is finished, so we will start the question answer. So listen it very carefully, and first I will discuss the objectives. Question number 1, that is MCQs. The rules and principle essential for efficient and proper governance of the country are mentioned in the options are Parliament, Constitution, Preamble and Constituent Assembly. The correct option is Constitution. Second is, the system of checks and balances in our Constitution prevents the misuse of power by the options are people, government, president and courts. The correct option is government. Third is, according to the Census of India, the sex ratio has dash between 1991 and 2001. Options are decreased, increased, remain the same, increased and then decreased. Correct option is decreased. Which of these taxes was defied by Gandhiji? Options are wheat tax, sugar tax, spice tax, salt tax. Correct answer is salt tax. Fifth is, the anti-liquor movement was led by the women of which state? Options are Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh. The correct option is Andhra Pradesh. Now the fill in the blanks. First is, our government formulates laws according to the principle given in the dash. B. That is fill the blanks. first will be, our government formulates laws according to the principles given in dash, that is Constitution. Number 2, our constitution came into effect on dash. When it came into effect on 26th January 1950. Our constitution came into effect on 26th January 1950. Third is, the Dandi March was protest against dash. The Dandi March was protest against salt tax. Salt tax. Fourth is, the dash movement was launched by the women of Andhra Pradesh. The anti-liquor movement. The anti-liquor movement was launched by the women of Andhra Pradesh. Now we will continue with short answer. Question number C, that is short answer. You have to give short answer. First question is, what is constitution? Why do we need to have constitution? So listen it very carefully, and I am dictating very slowly so that you are able to write the answer. Or there is an option in your YouTube also. You can decrease the speed of the video. So question number 1, what is constitution? Why do we need to have constitution? Constitution is a set of rules according to which our country is governed. We need to have constitution because the country is governed by these principles which is mentioned in our constitution. Laws are also formulated according to them. Thus, the constitution is also regarded as the fundamental law of the country. I am repeating, constitution is a set of rules according to which our country is governed. We need to have a constitution because the country is governed by this principle which is mentioned in our constitution. Laws are also formulated according to them. Thus, the constitution is also regarded as the fundamental law of the country. Now, next question is, why are laws essential? Laws are essential for the welfare and security of the people. They serve as a means of bringing about social change and establishing an egalitarian society. I am repeating, laws are meant for the welfare and security of the people. They serve as a means of bringing about social change and establishing egalitarian society. Now next question is, why was Dowry Prohibition Act passed? What do you know about it? Answer is, dowry is money or gifts given to the groom and his family by the bride's family at the time of marriage. The inability to fulfill the demands results in physical or mental torture of the bride, and in extreme cases leads to death. To curb the practice of dowry, the government passed the Dowry Prohibition Act in 1961. This act prohibited giving and taking of dowry. Now next question is, what is difference between rule and rule of law? Answer is rule. First we will discuss about rule. A rule is an established principle or a guide for action. Rules are essential for efficient and proper governance of a country. Rule of law. The rule of law means that everyone is equal before the law, whether they are from any religion, any caste. Now next is our long answer question. First question is, list 4 reasons why our constitution is important. Listen it very carefully. I am dictating it so that you can able to write it. Answer is 4 importance of our constitution are. First is, our constitution contains valuable information regarding the structure, organs, duties and responsibilities of the government. Next point, our constitution regulates the relationship between the various organs as well as between the citizen and the government. Next point, third point is, our constitution has a system of checks and balances, and this prevents the misuse of power vested in the hand of the government. Fourth point is, India has diverse population, so it is the responsibility of the government to protect the rights of the minorities. Next question is, what is female foeticide? Discuss the efforts made by government to curb the female foeticide. Female foeticide means to kill the unborn female child. And to curb this practice of female foeticide, the government has passed Prenatal Diagnostic Techniques Act in 1994, and it came into effect in 1996. This act prohibits the determination and disclosure of sex of the unborn child, and any violation of PNDT Act. PNDT, that is the short form of PNDT. That is a short form of prenatal diagnostic techniques. Any violation of PNDT Act can result in imprisonment and fine. Next question is, with the help of an example, explain that people can oppose unjust laws. We have just explained these examples about salt satyagraha in 1930 and anti-liquor movement. by the women of Andhra Pradesh. So we will write that here. Answer is, laws are formulated for the welfare of the people, but a situation may arise where a law might not be in the larger interest of the people, then the people can protest against that law. For example, anti-liquor movement. You can also give the example of salt satyagraha. Anti-liquor, we are giving the example of anti-liquor movement here. Anti-liquor movement, it is a movement which is organized by various social activists from time to time to put a ban on drinking of liquor and liquor shops which sell liquor. It has become social issue because many women are the victims of domestic violence. It also led to the increase in the rate of domestic violence. So they were protesting against the liquor, sale of the liquor. Domestic violence due to the liquor consumption by male. So your question answer is over. If you have any problem regarding the question answer, regarding the explanation of any topic, you can ask me in the comment box. So I hope that you are getting benefit of these videos. We will meet in our next video. Till then, take care.